Actually, before diving, what settings does this have? There's an important one. Alright. There is voice acting here, and if any number of stages need to be replayed more than once, as will likely be necessary, deeper into it will rapidly become insufferable. This is a very important option to know exists for the good of all persons involved. Strangely enough, wide makes it tiny. Confounding. So yes, what we have here is the kind of odd duck, brief, experimental side branch of the Nintendo Wars franchise, wherein they, on the GameCube, and then for one sequel on the Wii, dabbled in creating a little real-time third-person shooter. Oddly enough, not reusing any of the, characters or the bulk of the flavor from previous Wars games, but instead just kind of sweeping the table clean and carrying on largely as before. You still have, your 4 color-coded nations that are caricatures of various actual world armies who engage in light-hearted sport war combat.
The demilitarized zone on the border between the western frontier and the Tundran territory. For months now, the site of an uneasy truce between two mighty armies. This is a waiting game, with both sides primed to retaliate in the event of a preemptive strike. But on this historic day, control of the Tundran Empire passes from the iron grip of Tsar Gorgi into the more progressive hands of his son and heir, Marshal Nova. And with Nova in charge, there are those who dare to whisper that this time, peace might just endure.
War is a contact sport, gentlemen. Sack that defensive line. Go, go, go! Now line up! Our boys are getting mighty twitchy down there. We got the men, we got the playbook. Where's the conflict?
The world is changing, Herman.
Looks like this truce could last a long, long time.
What? You gotta be pulling my pin.
But if we have to fight, then fight we shall.
In the meantime, the men are getting out of shape. How about we organize a little sortie to perk up their spirits?
A field exercise. With live ammo, of course. Eddie, I like the way you think.
Practice with chance of murder. Excellent. So yeah, there's our introduction to the 3 commanders. Another disappointment with this franchise. The characters that they do come up with to be commanders of these armies don't actually have any mechanical effects. There's no commander powers, bonuses, passive, active, or otherwise. They're just flavorful talking heads who sit off on the side.
You to carry out a recon mission along
they're kind of fun caricatures still. some of their voices get grating.
Battalion saw combat, so
Mostly
I'm gonna
this
be putting you
one.
through your paces before you head out on patrol.
Particularly because for some reason they decide she's the one who should do most of the tutorializing at you.
Welcome to the
But anyway, yeah, here we are in
obstacle
caricature
course. Head
of
for the Gold
Cold
Star,
War America,
Commander.
where war is
First
football.
things first, why don't you limber up a little? Press the B button, take out all the target dummies, and show me you've got the right stuff for this patrol. Lock on to one of the targets, then move in any direction and press the B button to execute a combat roll. Press and hold the R button, then use the control stick to look around. Looks like you're in good shape, Commander. This mission is a go. Move out to the next gold star. Check
Controls
out
are
the
pretty
radar
competently
in the
put
top
together.
left
Everything
corner of your
handles
screen.
fairly smoothly
The
and
flashing
roughly
gold
as you might
star
expect for
is
some
your
manner
objective
of
marker.
generic over-the-shoulder shooter. You don't have a camera control stick separate from your movement stick, and that's because once we get around to having more units, the
Wait a minute.
C stick
What's this
is
Joker doing in
occupied
Frontier
doing
territory?
squad
He
management
must be
stuff.
a Tundran spy. After him. Whoa! Looks like the spy is setting up listening posts on our turf. Destroy them!
Listening post, which in this case appears to be some manner
Destroy
of
the Tundran
actual
listening post.
phonographic
Look
ear
for the
horn.
red blips on your radar.
Again, very,
Spy
very
balloons?
lighthearted, very
Better
silly.
destroy these eyes in the sky before they can report back to Tundran High Command. Outstanding!
I think this is the only
That'll
time we
take
see
the
those
air out of the
balloons.
Tundran intelligence program. Over
There are air
there!
units
It's the
later, but they're
Tundran
the
spy!
usual ones you expect out of a Wars game. You know, your combat helicopters, your generic fixed-wing bomber, and so forth.
Where'd he go? This is one slippery customer. Move out, Commander, and keep your eyes peeled. More listening posts and spy balloons. Frontier Command isn't gonna like this. Go ahead and destroy them all.
Yeah, what we have in control here is one of our baseline units, just the generic rifleman. He has himself an assault rifle.
Let's
Which
hustle, Commander. That spy
none of your
can't
units
run
have to worry
far.
about ammunition limits, just some manner of clip or cooldown mechanic. In this case, he has an ammo magazine that can be depleted and
That's one of our
needs a moment to
boys.
reload after you
Go
run it
see
down.
if he's okay. Darn it, he's a gunner. That spy is gonna pay for this.
Darn, he's dead. Ah, shucks.
Scoot over to the next gold star and form up with the boys from Alpha Company. Wake up, Alpha Company. We've got a Tundran spy to catch.
Alright, there we go. Now
Press
we
the
got
X.
fun.
These rifle grunts will now follow you. See this? Head to the next gold star marked on your radar. We're getting
So yes, I went and
reports
interrupted a bunch of that.
Tundran
So
camp in the
controls
area.
for our swarm of dudes.
Press the X button again
X button
to get
is
your
a simple
grunts to
wait,
return
follow,
to
kind of
follow
your Resident
mode.
Evil deal. And then meanwhile, for higher detail, we can. Alright, I'm not allowed to do it yet, but eventually, once you have more units, you can page through which parts of your
Tundran
team you want to be
soldiers!
giving instructions
Target one
to,
of them and press the Y button to order your men to attack.
either by class of unit or drilling down to the individual guys if you
When
wanted
your men
to
have destroyed
organize
their
some sort of
target,
very
free
intricate
those
formation,
prisoners,
which you
Commander.
almost never need to do,
Target
but
the
you
big
could
ammo dump.
if you
The
wanted to.
explosion should be enough to destroy the barbed wire. Good work, Commander. You've recovered a recon unit. We'll catch up to that spy in no time. Lock on to the recon unit and use the... Well done! Now keep moving. We have a spy to catch.
Basic vehicle, recon button,
Smash through the barbed wire, Commander.
pop back out of high again. This thing handles very
What
slippery.
That's a Tundran Armored Division down there. Looks like we've stumbled onto something big.
Trust us, there's an armored division
Self
somewhere
for
around here
defeat,
that I just
decadent frontier
kind of wobble
cowboys.
out of looking at.
Zargorgi, your presence here is a clear breach of the terms of the ceasefire. What do you think you're doing?
Making war,
Yeah, there they are.
Brigadier Betty. Isn't this what Frontier Command has been waiting for?
So yes, we have caricature Cold War America next to caricature Tsarist Russia.
I think the assembled might of my personal army speaks for the Marshal's intentions,
Fusion
Brigadier.
Tsarist Soviet Russia. Russia Gestalt. There's a ranking system for the usual war's metrics of speed, technique, and power. Go quick. Kill dudes. Do not lose dudes. Except those last two were switched, you know. Technique is to have dudes survive, and power is to have dudes destroyed. Yep, basic dude. Riflemen remain useful all the way through the game. They are infantry who are anti-infantry, and you usually get a fair number of them to work with. The 1st Battalion Wars adopts the campaign structure that was also in place in the first Advanced Wars, when we have one country that is your protagonist country that you're with through the entire story, and you just kind of campaign your way across the world map using the same dudes, with a handful of side missions where you get to
Here's the
use
bad
other countries'
news.
units.
Zargorgi's launched an all-out
Although
attack.
those, the difference is largely cosmetic. Again, there's sadly nothing to differentiate the soldiers of any of these countries
Here's
beyond
the
the
good news.
pretty good art direction.
You're gonna join forces with the boys
All
from
of these
Bravo
fairly
Company.
thought out,
We'll see
goofy
if we can't get
caricatures
us a
of
piece of
various
the action.
armies and war machines.
Bravo Company's been airdropped just north of your position. Head for the Gold Star, Commander. Say hello to your new
Get used to being
battalion,
told to head for
Commander.
gold
Press the
stars.
X
Alright,
button
there we
to get
go.
these boys
Now,
to follow you.
now I have full access to the UI, and I can get all intricate with my unit types.
It's that pesky
Yes,
spy
there's
again.
all the
Take
individual
him out
boys.
before
I
he
can
report back to
give them their
Tundra
orders
Command.
one by one or all
Nailed
together.
him. And it looks like he left a medipack behind. You can grab these for yourself, otherwise your grunts will pick them up as necessary.
Defeated enemies will
You
drop
may have eliminated
little
my
moderately
spy,
sized health packets to
General,
help
but
you
his
sustain
comrades are
violence.
thirsty for revenge.
Soldiers drop med packs. Vehicles will drop fuel cans that provide similar function for vehicles.
Remember, if you press and hold the L button, move, and press the B button, you can execute combat roles.
They are re-tutorializing mechanics they already explained
Let's
just
keep
this
moving.
last
There's
mission.
gonna
Get
be
used to
plenty
this. This
more
one's very
where they
heavy
came
on.
from.
It suffers from this era of like permanent tutorial where we're never done introducing things to you
Looks like a
or
small
reminding you
enemy
of
camp.
things we've already
Press the
told
plus
you.
control pad to enter global mode and get a better view of the battlefield.
You have a wide-angle camera you can swap into.
Commander, try to flank him on the right. What are you
This is not to
waiting
say that
for,
the game is
Commander?
easy.
Move out to
Once
the
we
next gold
get
star.
out
Go,
of the
go,
early
go.
stages, there's all manner of precision execution that is necessary. Let's get deep in. It's just they never stop holding your hand.
The frontier
Verbally.
cowboys are approaching our position. Cross the rope bridge and destroy them.
See the 01
And we
marker?
boys mount up.
That means the MG nest up ahead is empty. Get over there and press the B button to jump in.
I could also personally dive in there and take control of it manually, but you got this.
The bridge is ours, Commander. Say again. The bridge is ours.
Like, no, really, you two, get out of there. I will actually point that out as a positive, that if you attach a dude to a manable thing like a gun nest, they need to be individually told to abandon their post. They won't just get dragged along with the rest of the team if you give a global order.
Want to check old radio messages? Press start pause, then find the mission log using the L and R buttons. Those Tundran bullets sting a little bit,
I will
Use
take
those
it
fallen
as a,
logs as cover, Commander.
as a small mark of redemption that the constant tutorializing at least make sure to always refer to start pause as is proper. Just to hear different voice actors inflect start pause in their goofy caricature roles. The start pause button on your GameCube controller.
Hang 10, Commander. I'm gonna call in some air support to soften them up a little.
An airstrike, General. Are you afraid to engage my troops on even terms?
Nope. I'm just a sucker for a show of force. Hot dog, do we have total air superiority or what? Now, what are you waiting for? Attack! Remember, you can use combat rolls to dodge enemy fire. Hoo-ah! Now that's what I call a firefight. But we don't got time to stand around and enjoy the scenery. Target the oil drums to destroy the barbed wire and free the frontier prisoners. We're gonna fly in a light tank and some more rifle grunts to help you with the rest of your mission. Head for the next gold star. There's the T-copter carrying our tank. Let's roll out the welcome wagon, Commander.
Bring 'em on!
Take control of the tank by locking
We have
on
now
with the
received
L
a most
button,
welcoming
then
wagon.
pressing the Z button.
Oh boy, here I go tanking again.
This is it, Commander. Get over that bridge and destroy that supplies base. The MG towers and the supplies base are clear and present danger to your infantry. Only your tank can take them down. Keep your infantry on this side of the bridge. Press the X button to put them in sentry mode.
Yeah, this is working out fine.
Not so fast, Herman. This battle is far from won. Bazooka veterans, destroy that tank!
Yes, this ain't over yet, Commander. Protect your tank with your rifle infantry.
Here goes nothing.
Other important core aspect of frequent tutorializing is that you will be constantly reminded as to which units are meant to be counters to which other units.
Outstanding! Don't you just love the smell of victory in the morning?
Properly outlined and highlighted by
Enjoy
name.
your petty triumph, General. This battle has only strengthened my resolve to crush the frontier once and for all.
Not murderous enough for the S. So yes, light tank. We will never actually be able to control transport copters. They are always just part of scripted events. Either friendly units being dropped in, or hostile units being dropped in, or hostile units attempting to escape. They are either thing you murder to prevent enemies, or thing you prevent from murder.
This is stalemate, Father.
Patience, Nova. The game is not over yet.
Marshal Nova, there are reports of sporadic fighting across the demilitarized zone.
What? The western frontier have broken the truce?
Actually, no.
Forgive me, son. I could not stand to see you toss our proud imperial history into the wastebasket of reformist peacemaking.
How dare you? The Tundran army is no longer yours to command. Nelly, take control of those units. It seems we are at war.
You would replace me with her? This is an outrage!
And there's the Tundrans.
Colonel Austin at your service, Commander. The radar array at Windbreak Ridge has intercepted vital enemy transmissions, but it is now surrounded by Tundran forces. We need you to reinforce Windbreak Ridge before it falls into enemy hands.
The Frontier are attempting to resupply the radar array. Stop them at once!
Major Nelly, sounds like she means business, Commander. Let's get going. Move out to Windbreak Ridge and reinforce the radar array. Head for the Gold Star, Commander. Looks like the Tundrans got here
Get
first.
very
Remember what General Herman taught you
accustomed
about flanking, Commander?
to being told to approach Gold Stars. Stars life.
You lose!
I was really not sure if my guys was supposed to be suppressing you two.
Whammy! They're shooting at us, Commander! Waste them!
Cross the river and follow the mountain trail. Hurry, Commander. The Tundrans could strike at any moment. Tundran heavy recons at 6 o'clock. Your grunts are no match for them. Get across that river. Those are bazooka veterans from the garrison at Windbreak Ridge. These boys have the firepower to neutralize the enemy recon. The bazooka vets have now joined your battalion. Tilt the C-stick left or right to cycle between unit types. Once the unit type is highlighted, tilt up or down on the C-stick to cycle between individual units.
Nope, here's Rocketman. They are your anti-vehicle infantry.
Control transfer into that unit.
Their
Bazooka
control
veterans
gimmick
have an
is that you
advanced
can
weapon.
charge
Press
up
and hold the
their
A button to power
attack.
up. Once the A
Or if you
button is
charge,
released,
the
weapon will fire with
more
increased
powerfully
range.
the rocket will be thrown out. There's actually like drop-in ballistics
As
that
you have
happens if you're
seen,
manual
Frontier
firing.
bazooka veterans are more than a
You can
match
reach
for enemy
farther away
vehicles.
targets and then also
But
hit
their
the targets
slow-moving
harder.
projectiles can be dodged by enemy infantry, and they are vulnerable to rifle and machine gun fire. Quickly, Commander. Welcome to Windbreak Ridge, Commander. This base is garrisoned by the rifle grunts and bazooka veterans of Charlie Company. Lead the bazooka veterans to guard the entrance to the radar array. Select their unit type with the C-stick, then press the X button to put them in sentry mode. Yes, sir. Infantry attack at the rear of the base. Head for the Gold Star, Commander. Lock onto an MG nest using the L button. Now use the C-stick to select an individual rifle grunt. Now press the Y button to order your selected rifle grunt to garrison the MG nest.
I mean, I could have waited until there were hostiles near them, but
To have your soldier leave his post, target the MG nest
are just plain
and
hazardous.
press the X button.
They're waiting for us out there.
Rifle Squad 1, I command you to strike.
Nicely done, Commander. But stay alert. I have a feeling they are still searching for a weak spot in our defenses.
Recon 2, probe their defenses and report back to me with precise information on all their fortifications.
There are multiple vehicles approaching from the river. Get your bazooka veterans to the Silver Star. Remember, the message log records each of my radio broadcasts. Use it when you need to remind yourself of your orders. Good job, Commander. But
if you defeat a vehicle that has supporting crew, they will fall off of the vehicle as it
Silver
does
Star.
and leave helpful med
Are
packs.
your men in position, Colonel? Because here I come. Rifle Squad 2, attack!
At your disposal, sir.
Yeah, let's just get back over here immediately.
That Marshal Nova sure.
Remember to use
Re-enter
local mode
the
for a
party.
broader perspective on the battlefield. Press any direction on the plus control pad to toggle modes. Excellent work, Commander. But if I know the Tungans, they are merely gearing up for an even more devastating attack.
And here it is, Colonel. For your sake, I hope you have men dug in on both sides of your radar array.
Have you yet learned to
Target recon vehicles
multitask?
approaching the main entrance, and more infantry attacking from the rear. They are trying to overwhelm us.
You didn't think I was going to make it easy for you, did you?
Don't sweat. We're getting some static here.
Well done, Commander.
How are things doing on
I
rifle
did not
side?
think we could take this much punishment.
Already solved.
You
That's
have defended
delegation.
yourselves courageously so far, but now I shall strike at the very heart of your defenses.
Tungan T-copter incoming. Nellie means to fly her infantry directly inside the perimeter of the base.
If we had proper anti-aircraft weaponry, we would be able to shoot down a helicopter in a situation like this. That is not yet the case, though.
Congratulations, Commander. You defended the radar array long enough for reinforcements to arrive.
Not so fast, Colonel. I have one last trick up my sleeve.
Enemy light tanks incoming. Get down to the river crossing. Destroy those tanks, Commander.
Okay, I may have just gotten all my other rocketmen killed. Bear cop. Hey, get down here. Where you at, tank?
Incredible. I may have underestimated you, Colonel Austin.
You cannot overestimate the tenacity of the frontier soldier, Major Nelly.
That much is evident, Colonel Austin. We should convene under the white flag sometime to discuss tactics, of course.
Whatever does she mean by that, Commander?
Something I expect will come up in excruciating detail as we move into deeper missions. It is something that I will praise the design of this for, among other things. There's plenty about this that is a good game. Is that when things go absolutely downriver, there is a lot of support for as long as you have the right sort of unit left. Just being able to Rambo your way through horrible, disproportionate odds. Just managing to duck and weave and survive.
Good to see you again, Commander. Now listen up, because we need to move fast. During their assault on Windbreak Ridge, the Tundrans captured 2 of our scouts. They are holding them in this base. Our job is to rescue the scouts and use their recon to get them to the safety of our mobile camp to the north. Assault the enemy base and rescue the prisoners. Those scouts are in possession of time-critical intelligence. You have less than 6 minutes to liberate their recon and drive them to our mobile camp. Deploy your bazooka bets against the enemy tank. Lock onto the tank, then use the C-stick to select your bazooka veteran. Press the Y button to send them in. Destroy the barbed wire to free the prisoners. You freed the prisoners, Commander! Now get behind the wheel of that recon! You've got a bust
Alright, I
out
leave
there,
them to clean up,
Commander.
and
Get
now
the gold star.
we go wild.
Don't worry about the
We
rest of our
ride.
boys. They can handle themselves.
The escaped prisoners know too much. Stop them at once.
Just follow the road, Commander. She'll take you all the way home. Little
Many
advice,
vehicles have
Commander.
one or more machine gun
Those blue
emplacements on them.
jerry
They
cans
will
repair
just
damage to your
auto-target
recon.
relevant small enemy dudes.
Enemy checkpoint!
Within
Don't
reach.
stop to show them your papers! Left or right, Commander? You decide! Watch out for those bazooka veterans! They'll put a dent in this operation for sure!
Be very careful not to
Hard
oversteer
right,
this thing.
Commander.
It
You
is...
do not want to see what's
Yeah,
over
there we
that
go.
ridge.
Just briefly flipped around into the wrong direction. fast vehicles are very janky here in Battle Wars. The light recon doesn't even have a primary weapon. Just the rear turret.
Less than 4 minutes on the clock.
Fortunately, you can't quite properly flip over your vehicles, so you're never completely
The bridge
trapped.
is down, Commander. Floor it. Nice landing. You transfer in from the Air Force?
Can nothing slow them down?
Just head straight down the mountain, Commander.
There is collision damage, so if we maintain contact long enough during one of those nudges, we can crush infantry, even with this thing. It becomes more noticeable when you are tanking along at a deliberate pace and need to break a man.
The recon is totaled. His rescue is a washout. Mission failed.
Victory for Tundra. Extra rations for each and every one of you.
And so they drowned.
To see. Assault the enemy base and rescue the prisoners. Those scouts are in possession of time-critical intelligence. You have less than 6 minutes to liberate their recon and drive them to our mobile camp. Deploy your bazooka vets against the enemy tank. Lock onto the tank, then use the... You freeze the prisoners, Commander! Now get behind the wheel of that recon. You've got to bust out of there, Commander. Head for the gold star.
Try driving from
Don't
the...
worry about the rest
from
of
the
our
high
boys.
contact
They can
area.
handle themselves.
Maybe it
The
will
escaped
handle a
prisoners
bit
not
more
too much.
sanely
Stop
from
them at
over here.
once.
Just follow the road, Commander. She'll take you all the way home.
Well, that's one notion destroyed.
Little advice, Commander. Those blue jerry cans will repair damage to your recon. Enemy checkpoint! Don't stop to show them your papers! Left or right, Commander? You decide! Watch out for those bazooka veterans! They'll put a dent in this operation for sure! Hard right, Commander! You do not want to see what's over that ridge.
Cheers. That was an assaultman. Those are fun. We'll get to use those later.
Less than 4 minutes on the clock. The bridge is down, Commander. Floor it.
Carefully with the bridge.
Nice landing. You transfer in from the Air Force?
Can nothing slow them down?
Just head straight down the mountain, Commander.
Yeah, this mission kind of gets out of the way early, and admission that vehicle control is really floaty and weird. Especially for fast vehicles.
Your driver is quite proficient.
There, this time was different.
But even he cannot outrun a Tundran gunship.
Uh-oh! Do not let that gunship get a fix on you!
Why did I choose to enter this horrible place? Hold on. So there is a map. You can pause and get access to a map and use it to review what the hell is going on and where you are and plan accordingly. Okay, there's a door over there that I am supposed to be following. Good to know. On the more elaborate levels, you usually start off by popping open that map and examining unit composition and so forth throughout the area.
Head for the Silver Star, Commander, and try not to get
Yeah,
lost.
this is a new direction.
Less than 2 minutes remaining. Step on it. Nice driving, Commander, but we're not out of the woods yet. Another Tundran roadblock. Find a way past. You did it, Commander! The frontier camp is dead ahead! Now, our scouts are safe, Commander! Okay, Commander, this baby is your ticket to victory! Take good care of her!
We just incidentally received our
Your
first
men will not leave this
air
clear.
unit, the missile troops.
That's what he says, Commander! How
Are
about we prove him
dudes
wrong?
with man-portable.
Crush them. Prove to them
anti-aircraft
the
missiles.
futility of war against the Tundran territories.
They have their own deal. Might get a chance to demonstrate here, so they fire. The rockets are usable against ground targets, but they get confused and wander off if you fire them at a ground target. And you can charge them up to launch your bursts. But enough of them. Thanks.
Bazooka veterans, attack!
Novus bazooka vets pose a serious threat to your tank. Take them out with your infantry.
Ain't nothing threatens this tank.
Ready!
My anti-airman managed to die. Inconvenient. Damn inconvenient. Hmm. Real shame that. Yeah, do what you can. Just light them up, boys. Can't elevate high enough to... Everybody try. I can almost elevate this tank gun high enough to shoot it while flying helicopters. Almost. Fascinating. Come on, fight me, gunship. Everyone dead? No, not quite. Somebody has got to have this.
Nice work, Commander! You rescued the prisoners and defended the base!
One of the fallbacks that you do have is that you could hypothetically chip
You have
any
proved a most
vehicle
worthy
to death
opponent,
with enough
Brigadier
machine gun
Betty.
fire.
I look forward to our next encounter with great
There is no attack that
anticipation.
does no damage
Me
against
too, Marshal
anything.
Nova. Better luck next time!
No kidding, 4 speed rating on that. Who'd have thought? But yeah, there you go. Anti-air, missileman. In practical terms, you can use him as an anti-vehicle missileman as long as the vehicle is large enough and close enough to you. Especially when you can fire, like, bursts of 6 rockets at a time.
Commander, I trust this day finds you fighting fit and ready for tactical combat. Rescued in your last mission have provided us with the location of one of the key Tundran command posts in this quadrant. Your task is to capture the Tundran HQ at Castle Potemkin so that we can learn more about Marshal Nova's battle plans. Have fortified the entry points to the castle grounds with bazooka veterans, making a mechanized frontal assault impossible. A Tun camp lies to the east. I suggest you free the flame veteran POWs being held there and make good use of them.
There we go, there's the peak. Oh boy, here we go, warn again. Flamethrowers, those are a unit in Battalion Wars. Everybody gets to bring out the flamethrowers for anti-infantry infantry. Except for the one country we will meet later. Their flamethrowers are reflavored as equipped with chemical weapons. Hey, I got a little captured tank there. Captured flamemen over there. Miscellaneous dudes there, and then the castle waiting to be stormed.
Castle Potemkin, Commander. This is your primary objective. By pressing Start Pause, you can bring up the map screen and review your objectives, the surrounding terrain, and all unit positions. If you lose all your infantry, you will be unable to capture the castle, and this mission will end in failure. One final piece of advice, Commander.
Any mission where there's a capture point, you need to bring at least one man on foot
orders to all the units in your battalion.
These prisoners are being well cared for, Colonel. Do not jeopardize their lives by attempting to free them.
You have liberated the Flame Veterans, Commander. Your battalion now has increased combat effectiveness against enemy infantry.
Oh boy, it's
The
wartime.
weapon is prone to overheating. Do not press and hold the A button for an extended period of time.
Alright, let's see where to go next. Handful of regular men there, handful of regular men there. Mostly men guarding this area. Let's bring the team in general out to that intersection. Yeah, hereabouts. Everybody pile up over there. Flamethrowers with me. We'll go clean up this little pocket here and then we'll sweep the left side. Good morning, Vietnam. Flamethrowers use an overheat mechanic.
What are we waiting
You can sustain fire for a certain amount of time, and then if you push the bar to the top, you get stuck, unable to attack until it cools back off.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir! Moving out!
Alright, now riflemen and rocketmen I will take with me to go over there. Now let me... Like, there you go. I want the flamethrowers to storm that, because they're just the perfect counter to a bunch of rocketmen in a line. A bunch of riflemen in a line, and then after I've cut through that area, the vehicles will push up behind them. So yeah, the flamethrowers and the vehicles will wait here until I'm ready to go storm that way. This team of mixed infantry I will take to the west side of the map. This is your first level where you have enough freedom of action to actually have to think about tactics you want to use. Get the job done. There is just enough nuance to the design of this that it leaves me strongly disappointed that there's no, like, cooperative modes possible in this. Oh, enemy flamethrower. Hey, buddy, there. Guess what? You picked the job that gets all the snipers across the yard. Oh, here we go dying again. Don't worry, there are replacements nearby. I don't need rocketmen when I have a tank. But yes, there's no multiplayer elements available to 1st Battalion War. Second Battalion War had a couple of online versus maps, but like most Nintendo provided multiplayer content is kind of
Good
primitive
job.
and limited. And
You
the
liberated
servers are
the
probably long
frontier
dead by now.
Your
Nobody-
battalion's combat effectiveness is now
Barely anybody did it when it
significantly
existed. Now it's gone. Really. Free light tank for you, Jim.
Knock him sideways. Enemy vehicle. There
Well,
goes
I
nothing.
had a meeting just the one, but yeah, forget it. Fix it in post. Do it live. Here, right here. Flame men! One of our other tanks got itself killed somewhere. Presumably right over there, yeah. That would be where it happened. Yeah, the game is missing out on some sort of ability to hop yet farther out into like a, you know, a proper RTS camera to quickly browse around the map. The closest you will get to that is once you have command of an air unit. They're a really good just platform for sitting around in and coordinating operations.
What for with 'em?
There is a back door to this castle, hypothetically speaking. One could attempt some sort of dastardly underhanded coward maneuver. I'm good. You good? We good. Everybody good. Can touch and can touch. Everything is fine.
My tanks are destroyed.
There's a heavy tank. They're like regular tanks but larger.
Masterful, Colonel Austin.
Thank you, Major Allen. But we must take the capture point before we can consider this mission a success, Commander.
Do not begin the victory celebrations just yet, Colonel. Tundran reinforcements are on their way.
Return fire! Take them down!
Flamethrower against tank, sure. Give it a shot.
The enemy has not yet raised their flag. I am committing another wave of reinforcements.
Congratulations, Commander. You have captured the Tundran HQ.
Flag successfully raised.
Frontier Command will be
Up to
delighted.
5 regular men of any sort, any kind of man on foot
Potemkin
can
has
contribute
been
to flag
overrun.
raising.
Marshal Nova will be furious.